Hey, it's me. Same, Timothy Darrell Young. This is a device I bought off of Less EMF or something like that. It helps disrupt some of the tech aimed at my personhood. And it's just another TI to these long-term, around the clock, fed off the misery of my life, and then the trick is to look like they're not doing it, but nickel and diming. Um, the little money. Some TIs don't even have SSI. But I'm legally disabled because it mimics mental illness, and it's disabling. I lost jobs over there. Black magic, Satanism. Um, but yeah, so uh, the systems I'm up against are pretty difficult to surmount. I have had great challenges getting correct communications out to individuals, peers, a lot of folks that I would consider peers, the targeted individual flight. So I'm going to work more on shielding. I sometimes put this up in like a hat or under a hat or something like that. It doesn't seem more than placebo to me, but you've got different layers of um, earplugs. You can get the like 32 decibel insertable foam ones, and then above that put on a silicone earplug. And then if you want to get real technical, you can throw like a high-powered magnet within the mix of the silicone, so that you could try that to see if it even helps more to mitigate that part of the torture avenue. My mom started getting tinnitus as soon as 2005 or 6, in my recollection. That may have been the federal contractors going after my family, targeting my mom, an old woman. She's at times been replaced by a shapeshifter and my father. And they made sure to let me know that they were in fact not my parents anymore. And I don't understand fully what was expressed to me in a few words by Rip Torn in the form of nightmares when she said, or it said, suspended animation. I don't know. But it's been a shit show for me. Tualatin was a war crime. Portland State was a war crime. Even if I got to Canada, there was like a shifty, like we went right at the border. They reportedly watch international borders, fucking airports. Damn. They like watch that place like hawks. Those with too much time on their hands. Biblical connotations, like of whether doubly and shameless. You do not. They're just borders, psych wards, uh, airports. That simulator for real or some one of those like those are hot spots for hell breaking loose in my experience. It's been pretty bad. The set design has been outrageous, you know, and everybody's getting bad info and being misled. Like, and I'm happy this blood moon is maybe on a little bit more upbeat. Like when we had the Silence Locked, the moon event here around my kind of around when my birthday was, maybe once I'm home for some time ago. In the totality of it, in Salem, the capital of Oregon, is the best place to view it for someone with a religious experience I've heard. And I was dancing with the devil, Satan, me and that crashed it, Satan, in a parking lot in Westland, and then all that overlapping gangs of stalkers and all of that. It's been disgusting, and maybe public officials need to talk more about this. So it becomes more of a, like a congressional um, issue, like that hasn't been tried before, probably. But they really need to dismantle the setting up people with sex crime apparatus for anybody leaderly. Like that's like deep state part of the course, but there was a time I recall in some of these setups, the set design at a library in Westland. My parents were replaced by reptilian. I don't know for how long at this point that I'm like homeless in my parents' like McMansion hometown in one of the more like upscale like parts of Oregon. They had, even when they were mammals, they'd already gotten was it gagged. Gang stalkers already gotten like old parents usually these like televisions made them right they were integrating and whatnot. The televisions were talking to them. Anyway, so I'm in Westland. I got these shapeshifters bouncing around, changing form. Like there was like two kids, and then they were like grown adults, or one way or the other, like walking down the street, just showing off. Um, Westland was a shit show. That was horrible. But so I was homeless there for a while, sleeping under the bridge, getting direct energy raped by gangs of stalkers that were human, but appearing like this reptilian. But it's really a faggot retard from Bloody Gina's school of goonery um, and Black Ops. So I'm there in Westland. The gangs of stalkers show up. They are set designing like whole Starbucks, like people that were like working there was replaced. Like they really go over the top with some of this bullshit. And oh gosh, yeah, they had shapeshifters like following me around, everywhere, and then like they were in just playbook deep state stuff they do, probably just like NFL players they've heard in passing, or like private sector guys, like they with democracy and free press, they people do this shit all the time, but other things, but they were approaching me with Bloody Gina's Project Monarch, the child sex slavery assassin blackmail dysfunction that sadly that would have been successful for so long, prior to my 31 years, that they would actually have a project for this shit, which is really disappointing. And then if you don't comply like any, sane, normal, they will try and fake it with like electromagnetic frequency image manipulation. I think some of the stuff that was getting beamed in my head, or like insinuated or otherwise distributed with bad info with gang stalkers or whatnot. Um, no, but they like it's an old saying in politics prior to any of this black magic faggotry. Don't get caught with dead hooker or live boy. Um, they do this to leaders, all the time. But what's sad for me is like it's been as effective for their aims for blackmail and sexual deviance and trauma and slavery and human trafficking. It's been so successful for so long that the CIA has a project. Those kids, I mean, some of the info that was being fed into my head is that they're kept in cages like underground. Oh, it's a monarch butterfly. You're special. Come on. And then they're raised to be sex slaves or whatnot, and then they're sent out to their targets for their objectives from like the CIA operatives that are like raping them. One of them, like, there was like a kid that was like uh, followed my Twitter or something like that, and she called it her boyfriend. This one of Bloody Gina's being that you know she was talking to anything that she was involved with is abusive. Is the word that she used. This like a little 12-year-old calling it like yeah, this kid shouldn't even be born. So like maybe if more congressional staffers or NFL draft guys, or all the people that get targeted with the same satanic, absolutely satanic project, just one of their projects of the CIA with child sex and human trafficking, um, the abuse, the disgust, and then one of their main objectives, if not the overriding one, is blackmail. I mean, they're a disgusting lot. So these same people that would be accusing me falsely. It's just another one of their targets. Actually do that stuff. So, and clean, tidy, some may say, from birth. Um, but they're not. They're not going to play nice. They're going to cheat and continue to. So, yeah, my good's not going to make up for their bad. And I was never like the god of the morning. But what's more importantly is that Satan for Earth wasn't able to pick them. Then they have a president. And even if there is another world, like, I'm not sampling. First of all, they would be not even a million humanoids. So if it's like me down the hallway, like, you know, you me down the hallway. Peace.